Couple minutes passed, but go ahead and call this meeting to order for the Walton City Council meeting for November 14th here at the Walton Senior Center. If you would, please stand with me for the invocation pledge for the flag. Heavenly Father, we thank you. Lord, we ask that you allow us, as representatives of the city, to make the best decisions in the interest of those who put us here. Lord, I ask that you keep us from short-sightedness and pettiness. In your Son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Giovanna, if I could I please get a roll call?
Rose Beach. Here. Amy Long. Here. Terry Courtney. Sherry Gasco.
Here.
Dan Martin.
Here.
Matt Brown.
Okay. Thank you, Giovanna. A few quick announcements. November 23rd, 24th, City Hall will be closed for Thanksgiving. December 1st, we will have Christmas on Main. December 5th, there will be a caucus meeting in council chambers at 6:30 p.m. No events planning meeting for December. December 12th, we will have our regularly scheduled council meeting at 7 p.m. at the Senior Center. If I could I please get an approval of the agenda, please?
Motion to approve. Second. Rose Beach. Yes. Amy Long. Yes. Sherry Gasco.
Yes.
Dan Martin.
Yes.
Okay. And could I get an approval of the minutes for the October 3rd caucus meeting and the October 10th council meeting? In the past, you had motioned to combine. You may do that if you wish, or do so individually.
Make a motion to combine.
Second.
And approve.
Same with yours.
Yes.
Rose Beach.
Yes.
Amy Long.
Yes.
Sherry Gasco.
Yes.
Dan Martin.
Yes.
Okay. So some of you may or may not know, a few years ago I had the honor and privilege of being a demonstration dummy for a City Clerks Association meeting. I came up against a very formidable four-legged foe. I can tell you I do not recommend ever running from a police canine. My opponent in said demonstration has a very tough bite, even with what I would describe as a mattress completely wrapped around my body. And then thanks to Deputy Heeman over here, suggested, hey, would you like to take off running? I said, sure. And so, it was about 5 seconds, and K9 Mike tackled me like something you would see in an NFL game. And I can assure you that when I looked into his eyes, there was nothing but bad intentions. I was able to speak with K9 Mike in the parking lot, and he gave me a kiss on the nose and assured me that he was sorry. But K9 Mike has recently retired, and in recognition of that, I would like to recognize K9 Mike. I have a key to the city, and we were able to come up with this for his dog collar as well. It's a miniature key to the city. In addition to that, Feeder Supply has been so gracious. They have given 1 year's supply of dog food of their select. Deputy Heeman, you can get with them and they will, go over with you all of that. They also have given 1 year of free dog washes, which I know will come in handy. I have a blue heeler at home. I couldn't imagine having.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll read a little bit about him. He's out. He's gonna come get him. No, I'm good on the suit. I don't think I'd want to wear that suit even if there was no dog around. That thing is rough. Pun was not intended, but I'm with it. A little bit about K9 Mike from Major Marcos. K9 Mike was born in Slovakia on December 31st, 2015. He was trained on basic tracking and apprehension work. Mike was imported to the United States on May 17th, 2017 by trainer Tom Hulsman. Deputy Heeman and K9 Mike began their training together where they were trained in apprehension, tracking, obedience, article search, area search, building search. After completing the basic 100-hour patrol course, Deputy Heeman went to go certify as a team with the North American Police Working Dog Association. I'm not going through that acronym. The team maintained their certification for the next 7 years, certifying each year after. Deputy Heeman and K9 Mike had a very successful career together where they were involved in many serious cases. They assisted the U.S. Marshals, FBI, DEA, and Homeland Security. Deputy Heeman and K9 Mike were assigned to assist the United Secret Service with Vice President Pence route clearing when he flew into Cincinnati. K9 Mike is responsible for seizing over 45 pounds of illegal narcotics, $300,000 of illegal drug money, 5 handguns were recovered off the street, 200 patrol deployments locating 80 suspects, and only 2 bites due to resisting arrest. So there's still 2 knuckleheads out there somewhere. I hope that they have.
Here he is. I'll retire now.
Hi, Bobby.
Oh, I get it.
So when we were on patrol, he would wear booties because he doesn't like certain slick floors.
He looks a little suspicious. Want to pet him? I'm not gonna. No. I don't do dogs.
Thank you for your work, Daddy. Look at the size of them.
Yes, we Tom imported him from Slovakia.
Did they name him Mike, or did you guys come up with that?
So the kind of funny story with that. So they named him Mike. I told I asked the sheriff. I said, "Sheriff, can I please rename him?" And he's like, "What's his name?" He's like, "What's Mike?" And I'm like, "Well," and the sheriff's like, "Absolutely not." So I had a dog Mike, my boss Mike, and then that's my brother Mike back there. So 3 Mikes.
My German used to have dogs on.
Yes. Yeah, Tom was my trainer, my first trainer with them. So he imported him from Slovakia, and then we began 100 hours of patrol training. He does. He does now as a pet. Try to be a pet.
So how old is Mike?
He's 9.
What's his life expectancy?
We usually work about 80 years. And then might be a couple of years after that. Maybe.
Well, enjoy your baby.
Yeah, I got the sheriff let us keep the dog he donated to us after we retired. So he gets to now live with us.
I understand you've got a new dog, is that correct?
So I
Bloodhound, correct?
I went a little bit of a different route. An opportunity came up to work a bloodhound and grade out fit for the agency, and decided to bloodhound 10 months. So he's still a pup. And so he'll be just tracking, whereas Mike's a dual purpose dog. So he did patrol work, building searches, tracking, handler protection, and then he was certified also in detection of narcotics. He was almost 2. And then the new bloodhound, he would be able to track missing kids, special needs kids and adults, any elderly who may wander off. And then the nice thing about him, he doesn't bite at the end. So, for, whereas if we,
You're safe now.
and we ended up tracking kids that went missing, and that risk is always there, I would say. Not that we ever do anything like that, but he's a dog at the end of the day.
We actually had the bank I worked at, had a big vault, probably as big as that kitchen. And we used to bring dogs in to sniff the state deposit boxes.
Oh, yeah. We'll do that. We go into schools. We do school sniffs. We've gone all over. We do, we train at the Cincinnati Red Stadium. So, yeah,
Oh, was Mike then the one that just came to the elementary school?
probably. Which elementary school?
Mountain View. I mean the Mountain View. Walton
No,
Roman.
he did not. My other bloodhound did. This
Oh,
is Rob
okay.
Andres. His
I was
dog was
working.
there, and he works a dog. Jones. If you were there, if you remember the blonde.
I was inside. I just knew
Okay.
y'all were out there.
And yes, we'll go and we'll do demos, different schools, we'll do school sniffs. So,
Awesome.
yes.
That's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Poor guy.
Well, it's
He's not what I would expect him to look like. He was like a very frail, scared looking.
Thank you.
He might
Thank
be.
you. And I've already been told the new bloodhound doesn't do deer tracking, so I won't ask.
Yeah.
I know.
But your uncle might ask though. So I'm sorry. What? Oh yeah.
Thank you, family.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
Enjoy your new baby.
Major Bill's deer hunt.
Is he?
Yeah.
He said he was on vacation.
Yeah. He's
He does. He does.
down.
He didn't introduce his family.
Him and a couple other officers have a farm to go to, so he's got the week off to go deer hunting.
He didn't introduce
Thank
his
you.
family.
Okay. Sheriff's Department, welcome to the Mountain Sourbeck.
Yes,
How
thank
are
you.
you?
I'm filling in for Major Mark.
Yeah, he's out deer hunting. He left you here.
I do want to thank the Mayor and the city. I can promise you that you won't find a person more dedicated to the canine unit than Deputy King. He loves every second of it. That's why he got another dog. He does a great job for us. I'm going to try and fill in for Major Mark tonight. This is the summary of the Boone County Sheriff's Department activity performed within the city of Walton for the month of October 2023. We had 2 911 hangups, 18 alarms, 8 attempt to locate calls, 9 animal complaints, 17 auto collisions, 0 burglaries, and 25 business checks. We served or attempted to serve 67 civil criminal papers, 1 criminal mischief call, 13 domestics, 8 drunk or drug-related calls, 2 emotional crises, 6 juvenile trouble calls, 3 motorist assist, 1 overdose, 9 requests for information calls, 495 spot checks, 17 suspicious activity calls, 1 theft report, 27 traffic complaints, 38 traffic stops conducted in the city of Walton, 16 vehicle complaints, 18 lockouts, 21 warrant arrests, 50 citations were wrote, and a total of 11 other related arrests, for a total of 1,015 total deaths.
Good. Council, any questions? Thank you.
Anything ever come about on suspicious activity?
Not that I can call, I work second shift, so I usually know what's going on. Down here, I work between 4 and 2 in the morning. Nothing that I can recall that was no big news.
Thank you.
Matt Sauerbeck. Last name's tough. Sauerbeck. Yes. Oh, thank you.
Hey, good, Lieutenant. All right. Chief Vest is also out on vacation. Council, you all should believe probably have his report. He's usually good about that. With Cardinal Engineering, Matt Bogan.
Good evening, everybody.
Hi.
Engineering updates for November. On the bridge project, I'm still waiting on a couple answers back from other parties to satisfy the latest round of comments from the state. I'm hoping to get that wrapped up soon. On our road projects, our asphalt work is almost done for the year. Naira Paving has been in town yesterday and I believe tomorrow, just wrapping up some odds and ends. They also restriped the parking lot out front here, it was due for a touch-up. The concrete work, Eaton started this week, I believe. They've gotten some of the sidewalk patches that Jerry and I sent them, and also the access driveways for the pump stations on Service Road and Coffin Road. They'll be doing some other patching over the next few days. They haven't gotten to University yet. There's some other work on Main Street. Councilman Brown asked me to look into getting some quotes for movable speed humps that we can put up around the city as needed. I know we've gotten some complaints about Bedinger and Pine Top. So for 3 sets of speed humps plus the signs that need to put up with that, the quote I got is $19,583.40 plus shipping and handling. So if council's okay with that, I'll follow up with the vendor and can place that order. Also, Mayor Brown asked me to look in or to contact the state and see about getting the Gaines Tavern on the ground, the cultural and recreational signs on the interstate. They said they would be able to fit that on the existing signs for Big Red Lake State Park, but there are some qualifications to make sure that the site qualifies for that. It's things like annual attendance, having regular operating hours, things like that.
Can you send those?
Yeah, sure. Yes, that's your plan. Some of them, like having regular operating hours, I think is going to be, you don't need those. But I'll look into that a little bit deeper and see if we can, anybody else, and see if we can satisfy those. On the splash pad site, some of the site work has been underway, just grading and layout. The splash pad vendor, their engineer have filed the paperwork to KDOW for to permit draining that to the creek. So really where we're at right now, we can't install anything else until that permit gets approved. Public Works has been out there and put in the water service from the end of the water main to the pretty much the back corner of the restroom. So once that permit gets approved, we can install the manifold on the back of the building and tie it in that last few feet and go from there. Also, the dirt that they took from where the pad is going, they've just dumped it on the other side of Bearcat Drive, just kind of grade out the pad. So We were looking at using that as a supplemental parking area. And I just kind of ran through some numbers real quick today. Figured we could gain about 29 parking spaces with the fill we have now, potentially more if we get some additional dirt. The cost for that would be $94,500. That's asphalt. We could do, if the city wanted to do just a gravel lot for the time being, that's definitely an option too for a much lower cost. But it would account for some of the concerns about additional traffic once the splash pad opens, so we'll have more parking for that. And then some MS4 updates. One of the requirements that the state puts on us every year is to have staff training. Just something for, whether that's public works staff, office staff, both. Just something we can document saying that the staff is getting annual training. So I put together a PowerPoint just going over, they're called BMP's, best management practices, just, things that you can do on construction sites to minimize your impacts on, water features, reduce illicit discharges and stuff like that. So I'm going to get with Jerry and have a couple training sessions in the next few weeks. If anyone from council wants to attend, you're welcome, or your office staff, if you want to sit in. She and the ladies at City Hall might want to sit on that. And then on the drainage repairs on Larico, I got with the contractor. Because like I see, you can get to it in the next 3 to 4 weeks. And the price he gave for that is $9,150 for grading, riprap, restoration, just for that city parcel. So if council is okay with that, I'll get in touch with him and get that moving. Because we found some inconsistencies with the property records through there, instead of spending a lot of resources having our survey crew go back through the records and try to sort all that out, I think it would be easier to send letters to each of the adjoining property owners, just telling them what we're doing, and having them sign what's called a right of entry agreement. Pretty much saying we acknowledge the city has a project that might extend onto our property. We give the contractor permission to be there, and understand the contractor will restore things once they're done. It's a little bit short, not as formal as acquiring an easement, but it does give the contractor permission to work in that vicinity. So, yeah, that's quite a bit. If anybody's got any questions about any of that.
Pedestrian bridge, what are we waiting on with it for the comments? What's the latest? I might have missed the latest comments.
Sure. So from Gator Bridge, I need to get from them a detail that I can put in the plans for how the safety fence will be attached to the bridge itself. The geotechnical engineer is updating their plans for the micropile footings and the attachment to the bridge, because we had to raise it a couple feet for the railroad clearance. Just making sure that their plans are consistent with plan, and then just some notes on how to address the historic buildings on the floor there. Just make sure that we don't have any concerns. Mostly just making sure the contractor documents the existing conditions, carefully excavates around the foundation for the Rouse Law Office, the rebuilding the sidewalks, stuff like that.
And then with the cultural brown signs, I mean, we don't qualify for the interstate portion of it. I'm fine with that. My initial thought on that was we have one of the the smaller brown signs up on Mary Grubbs Highway. They're like maybe 16 by probably 48 roughly. They have a very similar sign on the new Richwood Road going up to where it goes into the Diamond or whatever for Benton Farms. I more or less just where it says Benton Farms this way, with like one underneath of it of similar size. So, you know,
Yeah, I'll check, it might have some of the same criteria, but yeah, I'll see, you know, if we don't qualify for the interstate signs, we'll see if there's any alternatives we can pursue.
okay. I appreciate that.
If they would even permit the city to put up signs, if we don't meet their program.
Good deal. And on the best management practices, do you have a date that you're going to do that?
It really just depends on, you know, when Jerry and the guys are available. I mean, I could even do a couple days if, you know, we can't have everybody, you know, the entire crew in the same place at the same time.
I'm off this week. I've got a construction meeting on Friday, but other than that, if you slip what day in, if not, I would like to attend. It doesn't have to be this week. I don't want to put you on the spot.
No, it's fine. It's ready to go whenever you guys are.
Okay.
When it comes to that, that's fine.
We'll get on that, but I would like to attend that as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough. All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Matt. All right, citizen comments. Start back. Wayne, okay. Mr. Palmer, comments? Anything? Paula? Mayor?
I'm gonna be loud.
Well, we have a microphone.
Okay, for those who don't know who I am, my name is Paula Dolly, and I am the event coordinator for the Gaines Tavern History Center. This is we are getting ready to end our first full season in the last 7 years. To be honest with you, at the first of the season, I was a little concerned that what was gonna happen. We had a volunteer day to help clean up, and we had only 2 citizens, and if it weren't for our city clerk's family, we wouldn't have gotten anything done. It was wonderful that they came out and washed windows and generally got things going. We've had 2 teas so far. We've completed 2 teas this year, and we started having events on the second Sunday of each month, and we did it from June through to October. Each time, we got more and more people that showed up at the Gaines House each month, more and more people. In fact, our final number was, in a 2-hour period, we had over 58 people go through in a 2-hour period. And we're very proud of that and very happy with that. Volunteer-wise, that has grown. And recently, we've partnered with the senior beta group at the high school. We've had a few field trips out there. And we have, as I told you all, I felt if we have an event, we need to be able to pay and sponsor our own events, and we have. One of our largest events that we had was we were part of the Boone County Library's Ghost Stories. We sold out. We are been gifted, and I've already told council about this, but I'm telling the rest of you, we've been gifted with historical window treatments from a historical home in Cincinnati, 15 sets of window treatments. I want to thank the city for their support this year, and also for the support of the window blinds that that will help protect these wonderful window treatments that we got for free, and to protect our furniture inside. We had blinds that were put in originally probably back in 2010, and they were falling apart. They had gunshots because people had shot through some of our windows, and some of them would go all the way to the top, and then we would have to climb into the windowsills to get them down. And I'm very thankful that we actually have nice ones in the city, and I'm thankful Mayor Brown, he has been installing them, and that saves us so much money. And I appreciate that. I am happy to say we have paid for all of our events, and we paid for some of our repairs. I have 2 of my biggest volunteers here. They recently finished doing stenciling on the inside foyer of the house. This is something that would have cost thousands of dollars. And they did it for us, and we were able to pay for the paint and everything ourselves. So it's no cost, and it's beautiful. We We have 2 more events for this year. We have on December 3rd will be our Christmas tea. There are still some tickets available. So y'all need to come to Christmas tea. Putting together the menu today. We've been fortunate that Favorite Hunt, which is in Covington, has done they have a culinary school. They do our catering at a very reasonable price, and we've had absolutely no complaints about the food. And then our next event, and our final event for the year, is on December the 10th. We will be having an open house because we want to thank the people of Walton for allowing us to be open and to tell the history of Walton, to tell the history of how our town started, and to remind people that history's there for a reason, to keep us to remember what happened and also to help us prevent from bad things that are happening again. On that December 10th thing, the entire house will be decorated for Christmas. We currently have 7 trees, 9 mantles. It's going to be amazing and beautiful. Great picture event. If you want to bring out your family for your family pictures. We are waiving the admission cost for that event. But I am going to ask that everyone that comes through, if you give something, you give a non-perishable to the Walton Walton Food Bank. They are really in need of paper towels, toilet paper, laundry detergent, shampoo, conditioner, things like that. They're toothbrushes. And that's what we're going to ask you to give. Raffles there, and a good time. That will be on December the 10th from 1 to 5. And I look forward to seeing you. And if you have any other questions about the Gaines House or anything that goes on, please feel free to talk to me. I'll be hanging around here a little bit tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Paula.
Paula, is there an age group, like or an age minimum you would recommend? We'd be like, hey, don't bring a 2-year-old to a tea because it's not going to go well.
I actually had someone reach out to me, wanted to bring her 10-year-old, and I went through, okay, this is what's going on at the tea.
Mhm.
Can your child handle this?
Mhm.
And her child, and she went, oh yeah, that would be perfect. I said, okay, because, you know, they,
Mhm.
very nicely, I just said, this is what you can expect at our tea.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
2-year-old, not so much.
Yeah.
Paula and Lori, thank you all very much for all that you've done and all that you do. Appreciate you all very much. You know, I have no idea.
Thank you.
And we have pictures of the fencing.
And on the alarms and suspicious activities you were asking about earlier, I can account for 2, maybe 3 alarms. And
Personally?
yeah, I hit the wrong button I hit 2 instead of 1 or pound. And yeah, I set off the alarm 3 times, and I've been setting that alarm for 6 years now, and I don't know, I just had brain farts. And one of the suspicious activities was also me. A gentleman was kind enough to be driving by on 25, saw my vehicle outside of the Gaines Tavern and drove around and went down and called it in. And the sheriff's deputy that showed up said, I'm pretty sure that's the mayor, but let me go check. And sure enough, it was me. So, but I was thankful for that citizen for doing that. Their reasoning was they knew that they had seen that it had been vandalized in the past. So I can account for at least 4 of these events on here. Okay. Nothing further on that. We will move into our items of business. Number 1, we have ordinance 2023-11, first reading, an ordinance of the City of Walton, Kentucky, amending section 50.441, subsection E of the City of Walton Code of Ordinances in order to revise the procedure for water and sewer billing.
He's got unmuted stuff.
Mike, unmute yourself, counselor. I could use your explanation.
Unmuted. Able to
Unmuted?
hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you for letting me appear this way. I'm on my last day of quarantine, so I'll be sprung tomorrow with the mask. But anyway, you read the title to that ordinance, 2023-11. If you look down the middle of the page, you'll see the proposed changes. Currently, the ordinance says if we send out water and sewer bills on the first day of each month, typically the staff has the ability to get those out earlier, and because of the mail and so on, we're changing that to on or before the first day of the month so that we can get those bills out earlier. The second change is, pursuant to the discussion at caucus, we're making the past due date the 16th instead of the 15th. And then to keep up with bank policy, the dishonored check fee will be $35 instead of $20, which is what the banks charge the city. So that is first reading. You typically vote on first reading, and you can do that now by motion.
Motion to approve it in its first reading.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Rose Beach,
Yes.
Amy Long,
Yes.
Sherry Gaskell,
Yes.
Dan Martin.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, council. Moving on, item number 2 is ordinance 2023-12, first reading. An ordinance of the City of Walton, Kentucky, amending section 92.03 of the City of Walton Code of Ordinances in order to revise the provisions pertaining to the adoption and enforcement of the International Property Maintenance Code. Counselor.
There, and by further summary of this ordinance, you'll see in the middle of the page what is highlighted and underlined and struck through the revisions that are being proposed. Currently, our ordinance calls for the 2015 edition of the existing structures code to be part of the code enforcement ordinance. And they typically update that code every 3 years, and they have updated it a couple of times since we've adopted the 2015 version. So these revisions are proposed to put into play the most recent version of the existing structures code, a copy of which will be held at the city clerk's office. And that will be the one that the code enforcement officer will be enforcing. This was prompted by a request by the code enforcement officer, and we have the ability to access these codes online as they keep them updated, so it makes sense that we would do this. And again, that's the first reading. You can motion for this to go forward with it if you like.
Motion to approve.
Second. Rose Beach,
Yes.
Amy Long,
Yes.
Sherry Gaskell,
Yes.
Dan Martin.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. All right, third item of business is resolution number 2023-07, a resolution of the City of Walton, Kentucky, authorizing the director, the mayor, and the city clerk to apply for a piece of United States Army-owned combat equipment to be used for static display purposes at the city's Veterans Memorial. Council, we discussed this at its caucus meeting for the citizenry. I've been working with Bob Porter of Congressman Massey's office for some time, and the ladies in the office have also been doing the legwork on the paperwork. This is one of the final pieces. We have applied to potentially have either a howitzer donated by the Army or potentially a helicopter or tank. Now, the howitzer was the intended, but they have the the any may apply option. We have underutilized space across the street from the Veterans Memorial. Should a helicopter or tank be given, but if not, the howitzer would be on the site directly with the Veterans Memorial. It'll be a nice piece, nice addition. It will still be United States Army property. There's a schedule to be maintained. You have to report every year. It's been a long time since I've had to fill out any Army paperwork, but I probably can fumble my way through it. And all the way down to how to mix their paint. We have a paint schedule as well. It's also been a long time since I've painted any Army equipment, but sure I remember. Hopefully with the assistance of Congressman Massey's office, we will have a nice little addition to our already wonderful Veterans Memorial. Council with a motion to...
Motion to approve.
Second.
Rose Beach,
Yes.
Amy Long. Yes. Sherry Gaskell,
Yes.
Dan Martin.
Yes.
Okay.
There's actually one more item that we discussed at caucus, and I just drafted the municipal order today, and that is for the surplusing of the 2003 Ford F-350 dump truck. I'm not sure if you actually have that municipal order yet, but it requires action by the city to declare that as surplus property so that we can then sell it by open bidding through public advertisement.
Mike,
So I would ask that
yes, sir.
do
we need to amend the agenda to add this on? I don't have it on mine, but that doesn't mean that others don't.
you can take it up. There's no problem with that if you like.
Okay.
You can amend it if you like. It's not a big deal.
Okay. So I'll go through. I've got it here in front of me. It's municipal order of the city of Walton, Kentucky. Municipal order 2023-05. Municipal order of the city of Walton, Kentucky declaring surplus property and authorizing disposal of a 2003 Ford F-350 dump truck by public bidding. Mike, you kind of gave the nuts and bolts, I think, already. So.
Right, that was the summary.
Okay. All right. Council, if you'd like to take this up, you may do so.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Rose Beach,
Yes.
Amy Long. Yes. Sherry Gaskell,
Yes.
Dan Martin.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mike. I hope you get to feeling better, sir. And I must say that is one fine collection of cowboy hats. All right. So we will go now to council comments. I'll start as I see them. Councilwoman Beach. Councilwoman Long.
I want to thank you all for showing up. I want to thank you three for working so hard to get our historic English Tavern off the ground and going and looking fantastic.
Okay. Councilwoman Snowden.
I'm good.
I don't have anything there.
Okay. Thank you for everyone, staff, council members, and citizens that were there and helped to make the Veterans Day ceremony go so well. It was a really good ceremony in my opinion, one of the better ones we've had. And it was definitely in a tribute to the help that we had there. So I appreciate you all very much. There was one more thing, dang it. I had the pleasure on Saturday morning, Spectrum News donated $2,500 to the Walton Food Bank. And they had what looked like a very large welcoming party, and look, they had bins and bins and bins and people lined out the door to volunteer. I made the comment that it was one of the only times I've ever seen in my life Baptist, Christians, and Methodists all working together as one in this town. So it was a worthy endeavor. I was very happy to be able to attend, and I did learn that no one from Spectrum knows anything about opening day of deer season in Kentucky.
They actually were able to, they had 33 volunteers. They had over 100 and some families come through and ended up feeding, they would be able to feed over 400 people with the food that was distributed on Saturday morning at the food pantry.
It was very lovely. It was a good deal. Okay. Well, with that, I think I don't have anything else. I'm sure I do, but I don't remember. I'll probably wake up at 2 in the morning and say, dang it. If I could get a motion to adjourn, please. Thank you. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.
First motion to adjourn, I'm so proud.